Hey, thanks for checking out my video. This is going to be a cluster jewel crafting video. A lot of people seem to be confused about how to craft these, so I figured I'd just do it live real quick. I'm going to show you how to make a cluster like this with 35% effect, 3% speed, and at least 3% damage. You want at least 3% damage and 3% speed because with the 35% effect, they get turned into 4%. If you don't have the 35 effect or you don't have the 3%, you're going to be missing like 20% speed or 20% damage probably. So it's important to have both. So I'm just going to do this live as fast as I possibly can. I'm going to show you guys how it's done. So you need an 84 item level 12 passive jewel. Okay, so it's late in the league now, so these are kind of expensive. But I'm gonna buy the first one I can get my hands on, and I'm gonna show you how to craft it. Use the harvest bench. Okay, you use the harvest bench. You do not use alteration spamming or yeah, definitely don't do that. Use the harvest bench. Okay, I'm just gonna overpay for this because I've quit the league like a month ago. All right, so we have our 84 item level, 12 passive cold jewel. 84 item level, 12 passive cold. Okay, so now let me put D&D on. Take it to the harvest bench. Okay, now you can use either attack or caster reforges. Okay, either one. Both of them guarantee the speed mod. You see, if I do this one, you get the attack and cast speed mod every single time. With caster or with attack, you get it. So what you need to do is you spam either one of these until you get 3% speed, okay, and either 3% damage or 35% effect, one of the two. And then once you get both of those, once you get two of those things, you have to exalt, slam, and annul until you get the other one. Okay, so here, let's just go ahead and see how long it takes me to do this. So this one has 35 effect and only 2% speed, so that's not good, so we're going to roll over that. And if you don't see 3% speed, you can pretty much just roll over it. That one has 3% speed but nothing else. So just keep going until you see 3% speed with damage or effect. You're going to get damage more often because it has a much higher weighting. Nope. Okay, so this one has 35 effect but only 1% speed, so that's bad. And 35 effect again with 1% speed. Okay, here, 3% speed, 3% damage. So this one is worth exalting. And the 35% effect that we want is a prefix. So this extra suffix on this, it doesn't really matter right now. So this is like a 1 in 30 exalt or so to hit the 35 effect. So let's see if we can get lucky and get it. Snowstorm. Okay, so now we have to annul. So we're going to annul and hope that we keep the speed and the damage. We lost the speed, so now we're back to harvest reforging. 3% speed with 2 damage, that's not quite good enough. 25 with 2. Nope. This one's got triple notables. This can take a while, but if you get lucky, on stream, I made like 7 of these jewels in like less than an hour a couple weeks back. So if you know what you're looking for, you can make it pretty easily. Holy shit. Look what I just hit. Okay, I'm gonna buy another one. This one doesn't count, guys. Holy shit. This is like the perfect jewel. Oh my god, I can't believe I just hit that. Okay, that one doesn't count. That one doesn't count, guys. That's amazing. I'm buying another one. Okay, guys. That's actually unbelievable. That one doesn't count. I'm gonna buy another one. Okay. This jewel is perfect. 3%, 35 with 4 and 4. Okay, that's like a 1 in 1,000 or some shit. That one doesn't count. Okay, so ignore that one. Oh, I put D&D on. Wow, I can't believe that happened. Okay, I'm buying another one. We're gonna keep going. Wait, D&D on, D&D off. Oh, do I have to like research? All right. So I could sell this one for like massive money. If you looked on the trade site for this, it would be extremely expensive. Um, I could just roll over it, I guess, because I don't really care about selling it or anything. But maybe I'll give it to somebody or something. Maybe I'll just give it away. Yeah, that's pretty crazy that we just hit that on a random reforge without even having to exalt or null at all. Make sure it's 84 item level when you buy your jewel. Alright, so now we're just going to keep going. Pretend that that didn't happen,
When
guys.
I'm ready
This
to
one
knock.
here, this is what you're looking for. This is exactly what you're looking for, but we got crazy lucky to just hit it like that. Now we have to make this rare. Uh, and it has the chaos res too, which is crazy. Usually you'd be lucky to get a good fourth mod on it. Alright, so just back to rolling here. 3% speed, 1%, 2%. Like I said, if you don't see the 3% speed, you can pretty much just keep going because if it doesn't have 3% speed, you're not going to stick with it no matter what. 2 and 3%, 1%, 3% speed with nothing, 2%, 3% with nothing. So just look for the attack speed mod. If it says 3%, then look at the rest of it. If it doesn't say 3%, then don't even bother looking at the rest of it. 3% with nothing, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3% with nothing, 2%, 2%, 1%, 3% with nothing. Okay, look at this. This has 3% with 35 effect. So now we have two dead mods on here we have to annul. So we have to annul either the energy shield or the fire resist. We have to annul the energy shield actually, because the damage we're looking for is a prefix. So we have to annul that energy shield. Let's see if we can get it. We lost the 35 effect. Okay, so that's back to starting over. 2%, 1%, 3% with nothing. 3% with 2 damage, not good enough. 3% with 35 effect. Okay, and widespread destruction. So now we have to exalt for damage here. So now if we exalt this and we get damage, we'll be kind of almost done basically. Widespread destruction is kind of worth keeping. It's not ideal, but you could try to annul it off first before you exalt slam, but I'm just gonna exalt and see what we get. Hopefully we get damage. We got armor, so now I have to annul off that armor. We annulled off the widespread, so now we have to annul again and to try to annul off the armor. And we got it. So now we can exalt again and hope for damage. We got life, which is a prefix, so we have to annul that off. And we lost the speed, so now we're starting over. 3%. So you can see you do get a lot of chances when you do this to exalt and annul. But this is the best way to craft this. Like if you're doing this with alteration spamming, you're gonna be doing that for about a year to hit something that you want to keep. 3%. 3% with nothing. 3% with nothing. 1%. 1%. 1%. I'm gonna switch to caster just so I'll show you that it's the same thing. Doesn't matter which one you use. 2%, 1%, 2%, 2%, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 3 and 3. Okay, so this one has 3 and 3. So now we need the effect, but we have to annul the mana first. So we have to annul the mana prefix. See if we can get that off. And we lost the speed, so starting over again. 1, 3 with nothing. 3 with nothing. 2, 2, 1, 2, 3 with nothing. 3 with nothing. 2, 3 with nothing. 2 and 3, that's not good enough. 1, 2 with 35 effect. Okay, this is still not good enough. Even with the 35 effect, you have to have the 3%. Okay, here you go. 3% with 35 effect. So now we exalt slam this for damage, and if we get it, we'll be done. Let's see if we get it. We got mana. So now we have to annul the mana. See if we get the mana off. We got the mana off. So now we get to another chance to exalt slam for damage. We got evasion. Now we have to annul off the evasion. And we annulled off the 35 effect. So that's a start over. So you see there was a couple chances there that we could have been done. but we didn't get lucky, so now we have to keep going. So you just basically just continue doing this until you get lucky and you hit the third mod that you're looking for, which is going to be either damage or the 35 effect, and eventually you will get it. 2%, 1%, 1%, 2%, 2%, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3 with nothing, 2, 2. You can actually craft these on a claw cluster jewel instead of a cold one. And that's actually like slightly better numerical damage. But they're a little bit harder to craft because they don't let you use the caster roll on those ones. You have to use the attack one. So these ones are the cold ones. Okay, here's 3 with 35 effect. Cold ones are better because they let you have more another option for crafting. Okay, so here's 35 and 3, so we exalt this one for damage. We got life, so now let's annul for the life. And we lost the speed. So starting over again. 1, 2, 2 with 35. 3, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1. 3, 2, 3 with nothing. 3 with damage and 35 effect. Holy shit. Okay, so here's another one that we're just done. So, okay, so you see, you will hit these, like, if you spam them enough. Here's another one that's just done. This one is 33, 35, and 4% damage with strength. So another one that's just insanely good. Okay, so I would keep this for sure. I could continue the video and keep going, but this is starting to get a little bit long, and I don't want this to be like a 25-minute video. So, but when you're crafting these, you just basically you keep doing what I was just doing, and exalt and annul until you hit the damage or the effect, and eventually you will hit it. And then your last suffix, you kind of have to just exalt and pray that you get something good, and then you can kind of work your build around whatever you get. So if you get strength, you can give up some strength elsewhere. If you get chaos resist, you can give up some chaos resist elsewhere. If you get dexterity, you could use more tattoos if you're in Total League. If you're not in Total League, then that might not be very good. But no matter what you get, it's going to give you more flexibility in the rest of your build. So it's going to be hopefully useful. If you get something shitty like mana regen or something, that's unfortunate. But you really only care about the 3 mods, the 3 damage mods anyway. So the last suffix is just kind of a cherry on top. So anyway, that's how you craft those. So yeah, go craft your own, and don't alteration spam because that's for suckers. Okay, so use the harvest bench, and that's how you craft them. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching my video, guys. Hope you're having fun in the league, and we'll see you next league.